book of Matthew, you see in the first instance, the disciples are in a boat. Maybe you've heard this story before. And they're in the middle of a storm. You're going to face some of that tonight, right? You know some stuff around you is going to stir up tonight. That's just football against an opponent like this on this kind of stage. So the disciples freak out. Jesus awakes from the storm, and his question to him is, why are you afraid? You have little faith, he says. Then you go forward to Matthew 14, and the disciples again are in a boat. Again, there's a storm. This time, Jesus is walking on water. He calls Peter to get out of the boat and come to him. Maybe you've heard this story before. So for a moment, Peter has faith. He's above the circumstances. Right before, just chapters earlier, he's caught up in the circumstances, losing control of his emotions. Now, he's on top of it for a moment. But then he puts his eyes back on it, takes his eyes off Jesus, and he sinks. And Jesus asks him again, why did you doubt? You have little faith. And then you fast forward to Matthew 17, and you see the disciples again are in the circumstance where now they're trying to pray by faith, because in the first instance, Jesus gets into the boat or wakes up and he calms the wind, and they're like, who is this? That even the wind and the seas obey him. Now you fast forward to the second storm, and they're like, surely you are the Son of God. So belief is happening, but they're still struggling with the same thing. They saw Jesus do it. He said that they should be able to do it. They can't do it. Jesus, what's the issue? He says, you have little faith. But it's what he says right after that really just blew my mind, and it's what I bring for you today. Because right after he tells them for the third time that your issue is little faith, he says, if only you had the faith of a mustard seed. You all see this? You see in the back how small these things are? These are mustard seeds. Jesus 3 times tells him your issue is little faith. But if you only had faith the size of a mustard seed, he says this, you could move mountains. Nothing will be impossible for you if you just have that much faith. So listen, what I want you to know as you take the field tonight, it's not about how much you can do. It's about the quality of what you do. It's not about how much faith and all the boxes you're checking, but it's about the quality of your faith. Because if you have just that much quality faith, you can move mountains. If your faith isn't firm, you're not firm at all. The little things make a difference in games like this. You're going to be tested. There's going to be storms. Are you going to lose control of your emotions? Are you going to doubt that the power of God truly is alive and active in you? Are you going to wonder why prayers aren't working? Or are you going to trust by faith, just a little bit of quality faith, and see what he does? You all with me? Let's do this. And remember, like I said, hey, he has authority over everything that stirs up around you. Anything that stirs up in you, he has authority over it all. So keep your eyes on him and stay above it tonight. Let's go.